Hey guys, Fox here. So, if you saw my brief history video about the Houston Gamblers, I mentioned on it that Jim Kelly was the only Hall of Famer from one of the teams that they brought back. Well, that's not true anymore. In his final 20th year of eligibility, the late great Sam Mills has finally been inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. As for the class itself, I have my gripes with it. I'm upset that some people got in over others, but one of the guys I'm not upset with is Mills getting in. Sam Mills has been a fixture of many different teams. In terms of the Panthers, he was the original guy that kind of, was the spark plug for that organization. He had his number retired. He's in the Hall of Honor despite only playing 3 years there. For the Saints, he was part of the Dome Patrol, which some view as the greatest linebacker core ever, as they had 4 separate linebackers make the Pro Bowl, with him being one of them. He himself in the NFL was a 2-time second-team All-Pro member, a first-team All-Pro once, and he was a 5-time Pro Bowler. Now, I know in terms of the grand scheme, that might not seem like a lot, but he played from 86 to 97 in the league. That's only an 11-year career. And in terms of the NFL, he had 20 and a half sacks, 11 interceptions, and over 1,300 tackles, despite being 5'9", a insanely small player, even at his position. He's been a college football Hall of Famer, and now he gets to be a Pro Football Hall of Famer. I think the Pro Football Hall of Fame, electing him this year, is great for other things. For one, he is one of the greatest USFL players of all time. He was part of the Philadelphia/Baltimore Stars, the team that basically ruled the USFL, which means that if you include his USFL stats, you had another 15 sacks that he did get in the USFL. You had the fact that he won a championship twice with the Stars and got there another time. The fact that he was a member of the All-Star and All-League teams almost every time. He was literally an All-Star the first year and third year, and on the All-League team all 3 years. So out of 6 different chances, considering that they had the USFL All-League team and the Sporting News All-Star team, out of those 6, he was on it 5 times. That's insane. To be consistently viewed as one of the best at your position from 2 different sources it's just incredible. I mean, and not only that, but the all-time team, which, for those of you who don't know, the all-time team was voted on by a bunch of people who helped run the USFL site, .com, which is a site that is purely dedicated to the USFL, has info about a ton of games, has some footage, has some stuff about the teams and stuff like that. And he was on the first team, of course. I believe that the Pro Football Hall of Fame needs to acknowledge the USFL stats a bit more and stuff like that, because I feel it is kind of hard to grasp just how great some players were. Like, Reggie White was even better than you think he is because of his USFL stats that are also need to be accounted for. Guys like Jim Kelly, because the USFL was a pro football league. It proved that had guys who were able to be not competitive in the NFL, but truly legendary. And when you include those, it makes guys like Herschel Walker up to Hall of Fame caliber players. It makes guys look even better. Like I said, Steve Young was great there. But Sam Mills was legitimately the best at his position in the entire league. 5 out of 6 all USFL teams he was on. He won the title twice. He was on the all-time team. He has his jersey retired by a franchise, and he's in 2 different Ring of Honors. It's incredible. It's a story of a guy as well. A lot of people think of like a Hall of Fame also needs to have stories. Sam Mills, as soon as he retired, he became an assistant linebackers coach for the Panthers, and he was there from 98 to 2004, and then he, sadly, after that all happened with it, he, got cancer, and then he died, but his death brought the keep pounding plea, which, as a Carolina Panthers fan, is something I've grown to basically just always know, always love. And that chant and that thing is all because of him. His plea to keep pounding is why we have that. He truly was one of, if not the most important Carolina Panther to ever play. And that's coming from an organization that had a legendary linebacker to most people in Luke Kuechly, a team that had one of the most just out there wide receivers in Steve Smith, a team that had one of the most polarizing quarterbacks in Cam Newton, yet he is the guy that people look at as the most important of this franchise. I'm glad he's in the Hall of Fame. He deserves it. I can say what I want about the other guys who got in, that maybe they shouldn't have gotten in over others, but Sam Mills getting in on this last year is a great thing. He truly did deserve it. And it's great for the USFL. It's another member of the original USFL to get in the Hall of Fame. It's just great. This has been Zomfox. If you enjoy this content or want to be notified as soon as I upload a video, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And remember, have a great night and keep pounding.